As you go through your jiu-jitsu journey, you will experience this unique time known as a plateau, hitting a plateau, being in the middle of a plateau. And honestly, it might be not one, not twice, but several different times that you might encounter this period of time where you feel like you are not making progress. You're not learning anything. You're not getting any better. First, I want to tell you, it's extremely common for that to happen. Matter of fact, anybody who tells you that they have not experienced that, likely they missed it somehow. I don't know how, but they didn't notice it, or they are not telling the truth. Because I think everybody hits a plateau at some point on another. Right? There are different periods of our jiu-jitsu journey, in which we could be hitting this flat line, this time where we might not be noticing the progress that we are making. The big component here is to really understand why we feel this way. Okay, a few things to think about, a few things to keep in mind. One, what is our attendance? What is the investment at the current time as we are experiencing this feeling? Okay, are we coming to classes? Are we practicing? Are we drilling? Are we continue stimulating ourselves? Or we are just feeling not so motivated. It's not part of our standard routine to come to classes several times a week and continue working on it. Two, our experiences outside of the mat, like our family, profession, our life, quote unquote, kids, spouses, careers, whatever the case might be, are those influencing us where we feel that jiu-jitsu is kind of falling down in a priority list? See, all those little things, most of the time, are big contributors to the plateau. But there's one more thing that often is not spoken about, not discussed, not talked about between students and instructors, and it's our feeling of comparing ourselves to somebody else. Very often, we find ourselves in a position where our peer, somebody who maybe started with us, maybe somebody who came to the orientation class with us, is passing us. We feel like they are getting better and we are not. See, this is often what's referred to as a plateau. Somebody else is learning faster. Somebody else is getting better and we are not. That's why they are accelerating and we are plateauing. See, plateau is not necessarily, or this vision of plateau is not necessarily that our skill is not getting better. It's our vision, our perception of us not getting better enough, of fast enough. And that is the tricky part. Because the moment we start comparing ourselves to somebody else, we already lost. See, jiu-jitsu is very difficult to measure. And we should not compare ourselves to somebody else. One, they work differently, their schedule is different, their life is different, their brains operate different, they might have different bodies. There's many variables why we shouldn't compare ourselves to them, but we should compare ourselves to us in the past. What have we achieved? And if you are not tracking, you are not looking what you've accomplished, you are not investing your time and effort into getting better, well, this is where hitting a plateau will come in very hard, very fast, and to be honest, sometimes it's very difficult to get out of it. So what do you do if you hit a plateau? Well, there's a few things that I want you to think about. One, what is your investment right now? Are you coming to classes? Are you enjoying the classes? Are you actually having fun? Are you investing into the education part of your jiu-jitsu? What does that mean? Well, you could be watching videos. You could be studying the techniques. You definitely could be showing up in classes. One of the things that I found really beneficial for students to come out of the plateau is one-on-one interaction with the instructors. And what I mean by this, either small groups, semi-private lessons, private lessons, those often refocus us on the path towards the success. Now, I understand that there is an investment of time and often financial investment that's associated with this, but listen, if you want to get out of it, you will need to do some work and invest things into your own education. And that's unfortunately that gray area where we have to evaluate if this is worth doing, right? The most important part behind the plateau is that it's inside of our mind. Often you find or you hear this analogy that somebody was too stupid to quit. And there is some truth behind that, because if you just continue coming, continue ignoring the obstacles and just continue plowing forward from the attendance and investment perspective, all that will pay off in a very, very long time. You have no idea how many times I have conversation with students and they said, I wish I didn't quit. I wish I started earlier. I wish I didn't take a break. In the moment, it sounds like a good idea. But looking at retrospect, yeah, always it's a point of regret. Often is a point of regret. So, if you feel hitting plateau, talk to your instructors, talk to your peers, talk to your coaches. I'm pretty confident they can help you with it, and get out of it. Get out of the funk. I'll see you guys on the mat. Peace.